Dawn facing Modern Retro. It's going to be Dawn starting on the killer side. We'll go back towards the Suffocation Pit, this time with different killers though, due to the picks and bans process, which is going to be Demogorgon. We have seen that earlier, but now Nemesis and Plague being in the pool. And then I'm gonna say these three killers would absolutely all make sense to me to be brought out, so I am not sure what to expect.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think you hit the big point on the head. Is really all three of these killer options could have some strength here. I know a lot of people still tend to sleep on the Nemesis because they get caught up on the RNG of the zombies, right? Because sometimes, yes, the zombies can be like absolutely useless, but I feel like if I were wanting to come out here as Dawn though and set the best pace, I feel like with the Demogorgon having so much available in their kit, I think that would be my choice. I don't know. What about you?
I'm really unsure. I would like to see a Plague, because Plague is just, I feel like Plague forces this extra decision making from the Survivor team where there is the potential that they make a mistake, and on the other hand, if this mistake is not coming out, you're also gonna struggle. I'm actually pulling back from any prediction this time. I'm on this one. I'm really not gonna make one because all these three killers were. So I'm totally with you, but I'm pulling out from any prediction here. I want to stay with this surprise here. All three killers would make so much sense. Suffocation Pit also a great map to test these three killers on, who's coming out as the best. So hopefully not a mirror match, so we can actually compare the killers a little bit here. We do see the survivors joining in the background. That means for us, we are going straight into the break. Here we are on the Suffocation Pit. It's going to be Dawn on killer's side first. We do see the Plague, so this is going to be some spitting on or puking on these generators here as the information tool, kinda being part of the Plague. And we do see that Semxi is taking care about all these generators here at the top side, picking up the power very, very quickly here, going to force the injuries as quick as possible. The issue is you do want to have some survivors located, and so far it seems like our survivor team is keeping it slow.
Very
Oh, I do think we have a little snowstorm on the side of Q this time. He's not in Germany, but maybe he has a little bit storm there as well. So we do apologize. It's going to be me taking over here for the one part of a Q. Hopefully he's back very soon. Semxi picked up the power, but has to push through this time here really quickly, because you do want to find a survivor. You do want to get the value out of your power. You do want to make sure that these hook stages are coming in. And if our survivor team actually manages to stay hidden for the entirety of the power here, there would be such a resource taken from the killer. And it wouldn't be only the resource in form of the power, it would also be the corrupt intervention now expiring. So this means that Semxi is really not with a good start into this trial here on the Suffocation Pit, and therefore we do need to find out what is going to be the next move. Are the survivors moving in for the generators here? Seems like they are still pulling back kinda, so really incredible start.
Yeah, and quick mic check. Are we there? Am I here? Hello? Alright, we good to go? No? Are we good to go?
So we do apologize for these technical difficulties here. It seems like Discord is having an issue to Europe at the moment that kind of appeared in the past. We do see the next survivor, the first survivor actually in this trial, getting puked on. So you do start to get your game started here, but it is a little bit late into the trial. And if the survivor team is not handing out a down really soon, then we do need to be worried about losing a lot of pressure here. And I do hear from the background that our host himself is going to join me on the table. He took over earlier for me when I was in the snowstorm, and now he's going to be back. So Slow, welcome in here. What do you think about this really difficult early game?
Well, it seems to be I'm the savior for people today in snowstorms because I'm hopping in every single time someone is hopping out. But this early game, it was definitely a very risky move from Sensi to pick up that corrupt perch at the early game when he hasn't found a single person yet. But now he's kind of get to have his game going, but like they stealth out the entirety of the corrupt here. So they can pressure any gen they want over the entire map. They can break any 3 gen whenever they want, and it's looks like that's what Modern Retro is going to do. Stealthing out the core perch and doing it perfectly so. Currently it's looking very good for Modern Retro here, but the mind games unfortunately failed there on the jungle gym in the net map. And Keeperly here on the Claudette, taking chase into one of the active generators here on the bottom side of the map. Now taking it away and going somewhere more safe here. Oh no, not connecting the hit here. But we do see a crop pull here. Not opting to take it, however. And the chase now going down North America to Europe. And it definitely did not hit on Keeperly's screen here.
Absolutely, yeah, there was all 3 generators actually coming out of the trial here, but yeah, a little bit too greedy there on the pallet, unfortunately, trying to force the stun for the distance. Now a huge location for the hook though, because you have your corrupted pool right next to it, so whenever a savior is rotating over and you locate them, you can just go for the power. But it seems like Semxi is even more aggressive, maybe realizing that the time is slowly running out and that the survivor team is doing a huge job across this generator with their pressures. So this is going to be the next aggressive play by Sam, and we do need to hope for Team Dawn that this is going to lead into some value. 25% of the power have already expired. You don't locate a survivor yet, you don't injure anyone, so if they stick to the generators, we might see an endgame soon.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, is Semsi maybe being a little bit too aggressive here? He's going all the way over to the top side of the map, not knowing if even all survivors are on the top side of the map. And now finding the gate here on the unhook here on the pallet gym with the crop perch. It's going to be a fast chase if everything here goes well. Oh, the actually did not connect here on the Claudette, and the Claudette going down on the jungle gym in the mid map here. And this Kate is kind of stuck here. I'm wondering if this is going to go and turn into a snowball fest like the snowstorms we've been having recently.
Yeah, this is really wild. What Sam is putting up right now, because it's really impressive how he keeps the trial under control still and forces some hook stages coming through after this really difficult early game. Quick down once again, and now you do have all reasons to just feel really confident here, not going for the hook stage straight away. You do have the Nancy over here, generator number 4, but now you also have the information about all survivor locations. You can force this survivor over here in second stage while you are keeping an eye on this survivor, or you go straight for the pickup and apply the points on this survivor here. So we are now located at the bottom side. The match kind of rotated towards this side. You have another pool of your power over here, so this is now 2 hooks in one half of the suffocation pit. With the power, one of the potential saviors is broken with the infection, so this is actually going to become really difficult now for the survivor team.
Yeah, the tone of this match has definitely switched a little bit more to the side of Dawn here with 2 hooks on the bottom side of the map. But I must say, there is a gen on the top side of the map that he is unable to pressure alongside these 2 hooks here. So if the survivors from Modern Retro opt to work on the gen, which they are not doing currently, they will, yeah, as I was saying, like, they will get this gen out and they are going to go into the endgame of the map. But those 2 survivors are still stuck on the bottom side of the map with 2 survivors here stuck on the top side of the map. It doesn't look like these survivors are going to get saved anytime soon. And we do have the No Way Out sec, but we do see the Nancy actually rotating here, but the power is still up. I wonder if this is going to go into another down here.
Yeah, this is a lot of risk being taken right now. I kind of understand it because you do need to take a lot of risk, but if it fails, then it might turn into something really, really bad here. Now you do have the time. You mentioned the no way out. Our killer has the time to go back towards the top side here and take care about these exit gates. So Sam losing the corrupt intervention at the start, losing one full use of the power, having the 3-gen broken early on, still turning this potentially into a 4K is one of the best recovery plays we have seen tonight.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And we do see Stem, like, aggressive as he has been this whole time, looking for this arena on the top side of the map, but unfortunately not being able to locate her. Now also having some trouble locating the Nancy here. I wonder if there's some tenacity in play. And the no way out running out, I can only assume that the Zarina is going to take the exit on the top side of the map. But then the question is Sem going to be able to locate this Nancy here on the bottom side of the map? Maybe even on the top side of it if a tenacity is in play, as we have seen before on the Mount Ormond Resort match, Aberration versus Petroleum. But for now it looks like Sem's not going to be able to locate either one of the two survivors remaining in the trial. And this snowball fest on the bottom side of the map kind of turned into Petroleum, into Modern Retro's favor here. With Sam being unable to locate survivors here.
Yeah, this is the difficult thing. If you're coming out so impressive on the recovery, then you sometimes need to search for the pieces of your slaughter. But we do have the Slug Survivor now going onto the hook here, but it's going to be the Wiggle Free, and there is a hatch in this trial, and this hatch is located at the shack, and this is going to be the escape! Two-man escape from Modern Retro. What was this match? Let's take a quick summary. So Sam is taking the power. Modern Retro is keeping it slow, pulling the control over the trial. Sam, then for Team Dawn, bringing it back all the way. We are close to a 4K, and now we are finishing with a 2-man out?
Yeah, that was definitely something very surprising to watch. But as we do see here, there was flip-flop in play here, so definitely the flip-flop value coming out here on the Suffocation Pit. And that is the most value I have ever seen from flip-flop coming in here. That was something... That much played with my emotions there.
And some people say, why are the balance restrictions so hard? We can only bring shit like flip-flop. There you see the reason, because flip-flop can actually make such a turn. But I have to agree, this was a very, very dramatic game. So many ups and downs here. And that also makes me so hyped for the rematch between these two teams, because if this is what we're going in, then I'm all in for that. So we are going into the break, guys, and we're going to catch you on the Suffocation Pit in just a moment.
All right, let's take another trip back into the fog. Also, what's up? Hey, I'm back. I was able to get back connected. Hopefully everyone's enjoying the game. Right now, we're talking about Modern Retro coming out on the killer side, currently up by 2. Also coming out with the Plague here, and going to be wanting to find themselves a survivor relatively quick here. We do see kind of trying to check the edge map, trying to see if maybe our survivors are trying the same stealthed out tactic. Instead, though, we do see one sound notification over here from a locker, as well as we had seen somebody going towards the main building itself. But it looks like we are going to go ahead and take chase in the middle of the map here. And it's interesting to see the survivor opt to move towards the uncorrupt side of the map, honestly.
Yeah, that's an interesting move here, and it does allow Jukebox to just take the infection and still scouting in this area here, trying to interrupt these survivors. We do see a pool here as well that allows you the access to the power, but in opposite to the game before, we do not see the aggressive pick of the power here. So you do really want to have a hook stage there later and then get the most out of your power here. It's going to be more puking towards the near here. Now you're dropping the chase once again. So our killer here coming out with a different strategy, not going to waste time in the corrupted area, instead interrupting the people over here. And I kind of like that approach.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a aggressive strategy to go with, right? I mean, it keeps you over on this portion of the map here. We do see now at least one fully infected survivor. So now anybody working on the gens currently, it's going to be slowed down by 5% thanks to that thanatophobia. And if Jukebox here is going to be able to find themselves any of our other survivors, maybe be able to get some elder health state changes, no, but actually instead finding the Nia now more rotated a little bit more towards the top side of the map. As we look around, you'll notice the corrupt intervention has expired here. Trying to make a mind game here is Jukebox here at the tile itself. We're going to be seeing Nia taking the jump. This is going to be a down here, but honestly, pretty good job by our survivors waiting out the corrupt. I just can't help but wonder though, are we going to at least see a generator or two out of this?
Yeah, there we're talking about the problem with hiding out corrupt sometimes, right? Because you do take the perk out, but if you don't get the pressure onto the generators early enough, you might allow the killer to take some additional time in the mid game. So it's now going to be the pop kick. You do have some slowdown from the thanatophobia here. You do have your generators stacked on the bottom side together with 3 pools for your power. That's important to keep in mind here. So if you do get a hook stage here later on, you can really profit from that. One of these pools is now being used, so every rescuer that is rotating in finds himself in quite some danger. No progress over here, so it seems like the survivors prioritizing the top side for now, so the bottom setup is kind of safe for our killer. Makes me worried that the efficiency is too low.
Yeah, I think the efficiency is definitely worth questioning right now. Just because even at this point, we're talking about almost 60 seconds worth of hang time as we are already seeing the tentacles here. The claws about to be, they're spawned here, and we only see one generator, which leads me to believe that they did indeed continue stealth. Or they either like were fully committed to the stealth, or they were worried about maybe trying to attack the gens up on the top side of the map here after the corrupt, which, you know, those being the first two means you probably have minimal done on the bottom side here. And with this being where your hook is currently, Jukebox can honestly just kind of vibe.
He really can, because also that's what I was about to mention. You can, you know when the survivors are coming over, you hold this mid choke point. It's going to be the Age just going for it. That's not what you would expect, so it is going to be successful here. But you can go for the tunnel out, and this is what we're going to see. Now it's crucial though. Our Nia is running all the way towards the main building. Our generators and the pools are on the bottom side, so you do want to stay there, and that leads into the actual save of our dead hook, and that's now a nice move from the survivor team.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting because we know that the one survivor that was hurt did go back towards the top side of the map, and we did see that Jukebox here was able to they were able to just kind of go for the easy 1-for-1 trade, right? It's like, even if they allow the gen over on the main side of the building to get done, you still, oh, I was gonna say have a 3-gen down here on the bottom side. Unfortunately, that's gone in true shoutcast form there. Gotta love that shoutcaster's curse. But now we do have 2 pools over here on this side of the map, as you were talking about, so they can just go ahead, pull up their corrupt purge, and it's basically like getting to camp out here. I don't want to say for free, because we're actually going to see coming in here is the Kate, who did get a health state change and now might be going down relatively quickly here. This would be big for Jukebox, because this would be a 3rd fresh hook before heading into the end game.
The fresh hook definitely going to be really, really important here, and you do take some points before the end game. You mentioned we do need a few more stages here. There's going to be generator number 4, so the end game coming closer and closer. The survivor team with a good efficiency now, after lacking a little bit in the early game. Their Jukebox, they are going towards the main building now, coming back. You can see it's a difficult moment and decision making. Do you camp here? Do you have the time or do you go aggressively after another survivor? I can really feel the pressure on the killer right here. I do think it's a good decision to stay confident and go after other survivors, because so far he has been good in the chases.
Yeah, I mean, really done a good job thus far. Now we're going to be seeing Jukebox is going to go ahead and at least allow for whoever comes in to pick the safe. Oh, actually, especially with Ace cleansing here as well. Anybody who comes in for say, I was going to say at least the Ace would be able to come in and not get sick, but now anyone's going to be able to get sick. There's going to be the Nia. Here's going to be the Ace following just behind. This is going to be the Vile Purge all the way here on to the Ace. Might allow for a full infection on the Ace here. That is going to be a down here at this point as well. I think it's going to be a very easy decision to just go ahead and turn around, put this survivor right back up onto this hook here, because that is going to remove them one step closer to be able to be tunneled out from this trial. We also see the generator over here in this corner has a decent amount of progress here. The third or fourth piston actually starting to move just a little bit. It is going to be a pop goes the weasel kick though, 25% instant regression on to this generator. Also seeing Jukebox picking up the corrupt pool over in this corner as well, which will allow them to go ahead and push back over across the map, especially seeing as we did see the save already come in.
Now this power is going to be so crucial. We need some value out of it for the killer here. So if the survivor team is able to pull back, stay hidden, maybe it's going to be difficult with 2 infected survivors. But if they are able to survive this power, then it's kind of the same effect like in the Oni. You do take a huge potential from our killer here. There's going to be the Mac. She's healthy right now, working on this generator down here, running around all the way the jungle gym. Nice pathing here, really throwing the killer off and taking quite some time in this chase. It's now going to be the Puke not hitting the target, as Mac is using these corners really well to protect herself. There's going to be a double cleanse, one here in the midsection, so straight pickup going after this survivor once again. It's really coming down to the key question: down before gen number 5, yes or no?
You know, that's a really good question and a hard one to answer, but we do see at this point taking the chase. Oh, but the Megan gonna be able to get the stun. That does knock Jukebox out of their power here, which is a tough pill to swallow, because with 4 survivors still standing, you would have really liked to have that ability to be able to put down damage from range instead of now having to use just your regular Puke. Now going to be seeing though, Jukebox has another option over here to answer your question. No, there's not going to be another down. And now we are going to see a shot from the hill, not going to be able to connect on to the Kate here. I believe we've got another door right. Oh, just missing the heels of the Kate. Now going to be at least able to get the health state changed to injured survivors here. But you'll see both doors on this side of the map. I believe that was behind us. We had seen the noise notification for the no way out. 3 stacks, 48 seconds before our survivors can power the doors. We also have a Megan hanging out around here. Oh, that almost made connection with the Meg. There's going to be a connection here though. Not even halfway through the time before our survivors can start powering up the doors. We see a cleanse coming in. A shot at the window, not going to be able to establish that. I think right now, if you're Jukebox, you got to be feeling the pressure, and you see some scratch marks though. You have to realize that there's going to be another survivor around here, and you're able to get the health state change onto Ace. Unfortunately though, now being knocked out of the power, I think you got to go for the bear. Oh, but we've got the unbreakable into the pallet stun here as well. This is big, but now our survivors can just now start working on the doors, because only now has the no way out expired.
You can really tell the survivors coming in to give the teammate the time to prepare the unbreakable. They're huge play. You can tell we are fighting for every single stage at this point. But as you mentioned, the doors can now be attacked, as there was a no way out in play. Both of them are on the bottom side here, so you can pick up the power, and now you have the chance to be a little bit stronger in chase with these survivors. 2 of them are over here at the main building. You're trying to Puke through the hole here. That's not going to be the down, but the Mac in a difficult spot. Quick down over here. That's going to be the pickup, as I believe this is enough stages to secure the win here. You do have another power pool right here as well, and yeah, it is in fact the Fresh Hook. So if I'm not mistaken, Q, that should be the win.
Yeah, I mean, this was a very tough and hard-fought match here. And I would imagine that our survivors here know that the sacrifice would be the win, so might be tempted to come across the map. The only problem is there's a whole lot of distance between where this hook is and to where the survivors would have to leave. So, I mean, it helps that none of them are sick right now. They can just do a normal heal, which you rarely get to do against a plague. But yeah, I think, oh, and we've got a pool right here. Yeah, this is just going to be, I think, at least if it's not Mega, I don't even know if you were to trade for a survivor that's on death hook. I think even still would be the W here. This is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Able to get the first hit onto the knee here. Going to be able to at least use the body. Nice job with the body block here to prevent the ace from being able to move it. Now seeing the hit on, we got a hit on all of our survivors around here. There's the ace going down. We've got multiple survivors here. The Nia going down. The Borrowed Titan. The Megan going down. This is just a bloodbath.
Unfortunately, this is what can happen when you have to take the risk to pull the win here. But I love to see it, right? When a team doesn't say like, hey, we lost, let's take the stages out of the door. Instead, you are coming back, you try the best, and if it fails, you lost anyway. So now it's a 3K, it's a lot more stages, the score is going to be more clear, but you didn't just leave the trial and didn't use all the chances you had. So I really, really like that Dawn came back into the trial here, and even though it didn't work out, it's a great showing and a great trying to the very last second here. So respect for that. Huge move here by Team Dawn. Jukebox, they have played phenomenal here. We do see a little bit of moonwalking on the ground from our Macius. So good to see.
Yeah, you love to see. I mean, especially after a hard-fought match like this, that we can still have our competitors come out and having some fun, right? Because I know sometimes there's like this stigma, I think, at least from the like the average community base of DBD, that like the comp DBD is toxic, when really that's just not the case. You know, we just love getting together, playing this thing by a set of rules that makes it a little bit easier to have a competitive environment, and that's kind of it we get to see there at the end. You know, not a whole bunch of BM and just a lot of people having some fun. We'd love to see it.
Really, really great match what we have seen here. Really congratulations to Modern Retro here for such an incredible performance. And Team Dawn, once again, huge respect for coming back into the trial and trying everything that's possible. Really great performance, and good luck for you in the losers bracket, because that was a really promising